Have you ever wondered what secrets are buried beneath places that seem ordinary at first glance? Across the globe, there are spots that appear tranquil or mundane, yet they mask layers of mystery and terror. These are not just locations, they are portals to dark histories and chilling narratives that unsettle even the bravest souls. From silent towns to haunted tunnels, each site whispers tales of the past, eerie enough to make your skin crawl. Prepare yourself as we delve into the depths of the unknown, starting with number 5. Imagine a village frozen in time, where whispers of the past speak louder than the silence of the present. Nestled in the heart of France lies Oradour-sur-Glane, a village that stands as a somber monument to the horrors of war. On a fateful day in June 1944, this tranquil village was engulfed in a devastating massacre perpetrated by the Nazi SS. They left in their wake a village seared into a perpetual snapshot of that tragic day. Its buildings charred, its streets empty, and the lives of its 642 inhabitants brutally extinguished. Today, Oradour-sur-Glane is preserved just as it was left, serving both as a memorial and a poignant reminder of the fragility of peace. Visitors walk through the desolate ruins, the eerie quiet broken only by the crunch of gravel underfoot. Each charred building, each rusted car, tells a story of life interrupted. The air hangs heavy with the weight of unspoken memories, and even the most hardened visitor can't help but feel a profound sense of sorrow and unease. Many who come here speak of an overwhelming atmosphere, a feeling of being watched by the ghosts of the past. They talk of a chill that clings to the skin, a silence so deep it roars in the ears. It's a place where the past feels unsettlingly present, where each step echoes with the footsteps of those who lived and died here. As the shadows of history linger here, we move to a place where shadows are not just metaphors. What could be more unsettling than hundreds of eyes following your every move? Welcome to the enigmatic island of the Dolls, nestled in the canals of Xochimilco, a short trip from Mexico City. This island presents a sight that could unsettle the bravest of souls. With countless dolls hanging from trees, their limbs twisted and faces faded from time. The origin of this eerie spectacle traces back to the island's caretaker, Don Julian Santana Barrera. Legend has it that Don Julian discovered the body of a young girl who had drowned under mysterious circumstances in one of the canals. Next to her, he found a floating doll. Driven by either grief or guilt, he hung the doll on a tree to honor the girl's spirit. Over the decades, he continued to drape the island with dolls, many of which he found in the trash, believing that each one appeased her restless soul. Visitors describe a palpable sense of sorrow and unrest that pervades the atmosphere. The dolls, with their blank gazes and silent whispers, create an unsettling symphony of visual and emotional stimuli. They sway gently in the wind, each creak and moan a reminder of the island's sorrowful legend. Despite its macabre backdrop, the island of the dolls attracts the curious and the brave, drawn by its tragic tale and haunting beauty. Here, the boundary between the supernatural and the psychological blurs, leaving an indelible mark on all who visit. From the silent stares of dolls, our next location echoes with cries of the damned. A tunnel where your screams might not be the only ones you hear. Nestled near the roaring waters of Niagara Falls lies a seemingly ordinary tunnel carved through limestone, known to locals and thrill-seekers alike as the Screaming Tunnel. But this is no ordinary passageway. It's a place where the air is thick with the echoes of a chilling legend. A story that turns this tunnel into one of Canada's most disturbing, mysterious locations. The legend tells of a young girl who met a tragic fate within these damp walls. There are variations to the tale, but the most pervasive version recounts a horrific fire that engulfed a nearby farmhouse late one night. The girl, her clothes ablaze, ran screaming into the tunnel in a desperate attempt to extinguish the flames. Her efforts were in vain. She succumbed to her injuries under the arch of the tunnel, her agonized screams piercing the night. Since that dreadful night, it's said that anyone who dares to light a match within the tunnel at midnight will hear the girl's screams reverberate through the darkness, as if rising anew from the depths of the past. Some even claim the match will be snuffed out by an unseen breath, a chilling reminder that you are not alone. Paranormal investigators and curious tourists flock to this site, armed with cameras and audio recorders, hoping to catch a glimpse of the supernatural. Many have reported eerie occurrences, unexplained gusts of wind, faint whispers, and the unsettling feeling of being watched. Others have seen ghostly figures, shadows that flit through the periphery of vision only to vanish when confronted. Skeptics argue these experiences are products of the mind, fueled by the eerie ambience and the power of suggestion. Yet those who have felt the chill of the unseen and heard the cries of the long-departed argue otherwise. As we emerge from the echoes of the tunnel, our journey takes us deeper into a forest shrouded in mystery. A forest so dense with trees, yet even denser with tales of despair. Nestled at the northwest base of Mount Fuji, Aokigahara Forest, often referred to as the Sea of Trees, holds a somber reputation that resonates around the globe. This dense forest, cloaked in a near-perpetual twilight, has become infamously known as the Suicide Forest, a name that whispers through the undergrowth and tugs at the edges of dark folklore. The forest's history is as rich as it is tragic. Aokigahara's association with death isn't a phenomenon of the modern era alone. It extends back centuries where, during times of famine and disease, it's said that families would abandon the elderly in this dense wilderness, a practice known as ubasut. The spirits of those left to perish, according to local legends, still haunt the forest, contributing to its eerie atmosphere. In more recent decades, the forest has gained notoriety as a site where numerous individuals have chosen to end their lives. The reasons behind this heart-rending trend are complex, intertwining cultural, societal, and personal factors. Japan's approach to mental health and the societal pressures faced by many Japanese add layers to the forest's modern narrative. Walking through Aokigahara, the natural environment itself does little to dispel the gloom. The volcanic soil stifles sound, creating an unnerving silence. The gnarled trees and dense foliage block much of the sunlight, making it easy for even the most experienced hiker to lose their way. This natural maze is peppered with signs written in Japanese and English, urging those who enter to reconsider their path and seek help. Despite its morbid fame, it's crucial to approach Aokigahara with a sense of respect and sensitivity. It remains a place of immense beauty and serenity, a testament to nature's power to reclaim space intertwined with human sorrow. Efforts by locals and officials to prevent further tragedies involve regular patrols and interventions, and there is an ongoing conversation about how to best respect the forest while acknowledging its dark allure. From a forest of sorrow, we arrive at our final and perhaps most chilling destination. Beneath the City of Light lies a dark labyrinth filled with the remains of millions. Welcome to the Catacombs of Paris, a subterranean world that stretches beneath the bustling streets where history and macabre meet in the shadows. Originally, these tunnels were limestone quarries mined to build the city above. But as Paris grew, so did its dead, and by the late 18th century, overflowing cemeteries became a major health concern. In a drastic solution from 1786, nightly processions of covered wagons transferred the bones from cemeteries to these underground tunnels. Over the course of 2 years, the remains of over 6 million people were moved, creating the largest grave in the world, hidden beneath the city's vibrant life. Walking through the narrow corridors of the catacombs is chilling. The walls, neatly stacked with skulls and bones, seem to whisper tales of the past. The air hangs heavy, as if saturated with the echoes of the once living. It's an eerie reminder of the inevitable fate that awaits us all. Legends abound of those who ventured into this labyrinth and never returned. Stories tell of lost souls wandering the endless tunnels, their whispers adding to the chilling atmosphere. The catacombs are not just a resting place for the dead, but a canvas of historical tragedies, a site of fascination and fear. As we resurface from the depths of Paris, we bring our journey to a close. Today, we've traveled through places where the line between the past and the present blurs into the eerie and unsettling. From the silent echoes of Oradour-sur-Glane to the unsettling waters of Xochimilco, each location whispers tales of despair and mystery. The chilling winds of the Screaming Tunnel, the mournful depths of Japan's Suicide Forest, and the shadowy maze of the Paris catacombs have all left us pondering the unknown. Are these locations merely echoes of human fears, or do they hold deeper secrets waiting to be unearthed? What mysteries might lie hidden in plain sight near you?